of chapter 9 of Upadesha Sastri, a question may arise: if the self is all pervading, then it must be affected by the things. All right? Whatever is pervading, it should be affected by that. The self, even though it pervades all, it is not an object. It is the subject. The self is called Purusha. Purusha because Navadvare Puri Shayati. This body of human being is like a city of 9 gates, 9 openings. In that city, the Atma is residing or shining in the intellect. What? The self shines in the intellect, and shining the light of the self lights up all the objects. Okay. So sunlight lights up all the objects in the earth. Plants grow, plants die, the plants die, animals grow, animals die, but nothing happens to sunlight. Like that, anything appearing in the light of the self cannot affect the self itself, Atma. So Atma is the light shining in the intellect. The self shines the light in the intellect. Whatever happens, whatever happening in the objective world, so nothing affects the self. Self only witnesses these objects. Okay. Then we have always also seen that the different living beings are tormented by the emotions, the desire, the anger, the fear, kama, krodha, mada, matsara, moha, lobha. So even the self is not affected by any of these negative emotions. From absolute reality point of view, the self or Brahman alone is the reality. From the transactional reality point of view, the Brahman has appeared as Jiva. Shiva appears as Jiva from the transactional point of view. Okay. So being that, Jiva is nothing but Shiva. Jiva is nothing but Brahman from the absolute point of view. From the relative point of view, Jiva is a transactional entity. The Brahman or the self lights up the intellect and lights up the world and witnesses the world through intellect. The witness is not affected by any of the changes which are happening in the witnessed, the objects. The self is unchanging in the changing body. So this you have to understand.